again. My name is Sirimian Jadari. It has been a while that we actually come here. Sorry for that. You know that sometimes, you know, the ups and downs can actually engage you if you don't engage the ups and downs. Well, I want to use this medium to actually do a shout out to my father, my late father, Ayokuno Samuel Adeniji, just passed away few days ago. I want to say let his soul rest in perfect peace. I'm not here alone. I'm here with my wonderful person. His name is
Odumegwu, the Honorable.
Thank you, the Honorable. We know that in a few days the Anambra election has been actually going on, and that's what we want to discuss about right away. And with all the records, we know that starting from the beginning, we are going to start from what happened before the election, how the IPOB actually gave them a warning that election will not actually happen in Anambra. But finally, election actually came past. How they did it, we don't know. How it's going to end, we are going to know. So, how are we going to talk about that? What do you think? When they say the IPOB said that the election will not come up, do you think the election will actually be held?
Well, actually, before the election, I was having this other mind that I'm not sure the election is going to come up. But just the way you said, you don't know how it is, but out of the blue, election process comes up. But one thing I believe is that, you know, election process is part of the civic responsibility of every citizen.
Yeah,
understand?
right, yeah.
So for the fact that, I used to some people, I say, for the fact that you are still here, for the fact that you are still in the society, for the fact that you still find yourself in the family, you still have to be part of it no matter the condition. You are still part of it. I think that is what the Anambra people look at. Like, at least Anambra is still part of Nigeria. So whatever case is going to be, let us still try to elect people that will feel like they are what they are, still are able to become the governor of Anambra.
Okay, before the election, we have over 18, I want to say 18 or thereabout, political party, and we have 5,634 polling units in Anambra State, to mention few. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of talking about that. But we know that out of all language, we have major languages, major language, right? Actually, as we actually know that Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa stroke flash Fulani. So to say, I don't want to go into that. Okay, now we know that in the race in the part of the East, we know that the APGA, PDP, and APC. But in this one, we actually have another contender. We know that when we have a majority, we are going to have a minority. So we have this minority party called YPP. There's a youth political party. Now, but the one we're seeing that in the front runner of all this political party, we have this 4 political party in the ball runner. Let us actually make you know those people actually represented in that. We know that APGA actually owned by Professor Charles Soludo, that was the former president of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and PDP run by Valentino Ozibo, and actually to mention few, just like we know that in Nigeria, APC and PDP actually need to fight to actually get the battle. Okay. Let us go into that. Looking at what is happening, the first thing that before the election, we know how the IPOB give a constructive statement on how people have to stay at home on Mondays. Now, so after a day or thereabouts before the election, they cancelled that they stay at home, giving a week to the federal government to actually hold the election. Does it mean that the federal government know what to do to solve issues if we come to what to do?
Well, everybody knows the right thing to do. Everybody knows what to do. But just sometimes you might want to act a little bit stubborn. So, but when we know that, okay, this thing can cause chaos, you know, from the back door, a lot of things happen. You understand? Actually, in the course of the week, you know, there are a lot of I say that okay, they've talked to Nnamdi Kanu to talk to the boys that election should hold in Anambra. Just where you said that many people believe that Kanu still controls. This everybody is still in detention. Do you understand? But actually, one thing is that any leader, no matter the fact that you are free or you are in detention, you still have you still have the voice in the streets.
You're right.
That fact cannot be taken away.
Cannot be raised at all.
It's possible maybe the federal government talk Kanu over to discuss with the boys and say, okay, well, come, let election comes up in Anambra. Let's see how it's going to be. And thank God the election commenced that yesterday, and actually we have some polling unit that actually the election process does not comes up at that's 85 polling units. So to say the electoral body says that there is no voters registered in that.
Okay, let us quickly talk about that. I actually brought it up, and what will have actually happened that, because we saw a video where I'm not very sure, because the military have actually come out to say that they are not aware about the attack. Yeah. But these so-called young people, or these people, were putting on an army regalia, right? And the army actually came out to say that they are not aware. Few days after, we heard in the statement, we don't know how true is that, we want to be sure that is not true, that they said that if at all they want to carry out any operation, they should not be doing video and snapping. Does it mean that this attack took place in where this 85 polling unit was not actually voting, was not actually happening?
Well, just we know that Nigeria as well, there are a lot of effect and lot of defect in recording and video, and that's the more reason why what happened last year about NSAS seems right. Not to be really accepted by the federal government. There are a lot of manipulation in videos right now. Do you understand? Actually, that video you're talking about, when I critically look at it, some people are saying that okay, it's not a recent video. Some are saying it's not even in Anambra. Do you understand? So there's still some other gadgets which we are still lacking here in Nigeria that can really show the location where that particular video comes up. You understand? Or the particular year, or let's say maybe there has been some media site that has uploaded such a video before. You understand? That is what we are still trying to verify before we bring it out to the public view.
Okay, now let's just move down. Before this election, the federal government actually was talking about online voting, and we know that the BVA voting machine actually happened, did not work. Our Dr. Chris Ngige was actually faulted in that election process. The BVA machine did not recognize a whole Dr. Chris Ngige. Now, and that's why we have a delay to today. Actually, the election was postponed today because of this so-called machine. Are we saying that Nigeria is not ready for the online voting like we know in America? Actually, this is what they do on the regular basis. Are we ready for this?
Well, I think I said something the other time. I said, so far so good. The person writing the script for federal government of Nigeria is the worst and the terrible script that I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, say that.
Because so far so good. How on earth, there's some things that is not what that we ourselves is not possible. How did you want to make use of gadgets whereby we are still having issue with power, that's electricity? We are still having challenges with telecommunication. We know how much we pay for subscription and internet. Sometimes you have to start changing your SIM from Glo to MTN to Cellular, so that you'll be able to have a steady,
especially when rain falls. Okay, please continue. Sorry.
For us to have a steady network, you understand? But aside that, I believe that this thing is not something you can just sleep. I just believe that most time our federal government will just sleep and wake up and say, okay, let's do this thing without putting considerable measure.
Not proper implementation.
And another thing is that actually when we hear a lot of money spent on this gadget, you'll be like, what's up? One thing is just that I believe that by now, one of the major problems we are having in Nigeria today is that our leaders are not being they are not sincere with us. We don't know how sincere they are. They are not really representing us well. They have lied to us in so many ways, whereby little things that ought not to cost more than 100,000, they'll be telling us it's 1 million. Before we know it, they
and that's what they have
to
travel. But okay, let's move forward. Let us talk about the process, the progress in Anambra right away.
Yeah.
And we know that Professor Charles Soludo, they actually crossed from PDP down to APGA, is actually leading the race. As a few hours ago, we heard that he was actually has conquered 9 major polling units, all right, local government. And now we actually heard a few minutes ago, we heard it has actually increased to 10. While YPP, which we call minority, have won, APC and PDP and still looking for the post to score. Okay, now if you look at the place and Professor Soludo actually won, you find out that they are the major place like Anambra East, Anambra South, we have Onitsha South, we have Inke South, we have all this major city. Well-trained trading a commercial area. Now, just like what happened in the last election in US, we found that our recent president just need to win a state for him to actually right. Now look at the numbers. Now with the numbers we have actually gathered now, APGA actually have gotten 10. So we know that in a few minutes we think that mathematically, we know that APGA should win the race. What do you think about APGA winning the election?
Well, actually, from onset, APGA has been a constant political party in the East, and they have been making waves. And when they really did their mathematics very well, I think that's where the magic came from. Using the like of Professor Charles Soludo really makes the election of Anambra possible. We all know who Professor Charles Soludo was when he was the president of CBN of Nigeria. So he really did a great work, and I think the people of Anambra believe that if you can give this man of a great magnitude a chance to become the governor of Anambra, and I think his portfolio really speaks for him, and that's the more reason why so far so good. If he can win a 10, one of the greatest major governments, you understand? So far so good, and we can see the new party as well making waves. It shows that the youth as well, they are really in the race. Okay,
we're going to come back in a few minutes time. Please look for a teacup, and we are going to come back to actually tell you what is really happening. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Take a teacup and we'll be right back. Thank you for staying tuned. I hope your teacup is still warm and you're expecting what is really happening. Okay, now we know that in a few minutes ago we just told you that it was 10, and from the record we're actually gathering, we think that Professor Soludo is actually making mark in some other local government. Okay, now without looking at this, that we have 27 local government in Anambra State. Now, Dr. Soludo have actually won 10. Now we have +1 now. We just have a confirmation that it's now 11. Now, so what are we going to do that now? So what do you think if out of 27, he has won 3 more and 2 more? Yes, we get that right. 21 local government, sorry to say, 21 local government, and he has won 10. So to say 11, and that means we have 17, and YPP have gotten 1 out of it, so we are looking for 16. Now, how many local government, major city does Professor Soludo need to actually win more to actually get to there? Because we hear that PDP and APC, they are still looking for the post to score.
Actually, I think if he can get like 8 local government more, I think he will win the race. But just the way I've been looking at it, so far so good. If he can win 10 local government, whereby the other political party are still struggling to get 1, APGA has already made the day.
Okay, now APGA actually make the day. Sorry for you to giving you some wrong information about that. It's 21 local government. And I think that before we say Jack Robinson, Professor Soludo is a good to go in this election, and that is that. Look, just to run this up, we know what actually happened the pre-march of this election, how APC fought thick and tail for this election. And we know that the federal government we know that the federal government is the APC rank, right? And PDP is just actually party by the other side.
Yeah.
I knew that immediately Professor Charles Soludo actually left PDP. I know that PDP will not actually walk down. Now let us look at mathematics. If you look at our crystal ball, how many local government do you think APC will have and PDP will have for them to actually think that they actually came to the party? Not as if they did not come at all. Zero local government each for these people.
Well, sometimes when you feel like you are winning, please kindly check yourself very well.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I think the APC does not make their formula very well, you understand? Yeah. Because they thought they will be winning more than ever before. But now, the APGA, actually before the election, I was saying that if at all election is going to take place in Anambra, APGA will surely win the day, you understand? Because so far so good, right from onset, we all know that APGA always take the lead in the east. So, and that's the same thing that is happening. So far so good. Anyway, let me just give them a dash, maybe 2-2.
Okay, a dash for that. Okay, for us to run this up, I know that the PDP actually made a very, very great mistake by allowing Professor Charles Soludo to leave that political party. I don't know what really happened, and I think that I foresee what is going to happen in the forthcoming election, presidential election. What will really happen in that election if such a mistake could actually happen and APGA took their chances to actually receive this wonderful man, and in a few weeks, in a few days, we will know. Actually, before the night falls, we know what happened. Either you are here in Africa, you are there in all over overseas. Before a few hours to come, we will know who actually is the front runner or the governor of their state. We are going to round up from here. Let me say, I want to give another kudos to my father, my late father again. He just a few days ago, and I want to say, let his soul rest in perfect peace. His name is Ayokuno Samuel Adeniji. Is a wonderful father. He has trained a lot of people, and is just a philanthropist. I want to say he has done so well. That's I'm so here talking to you. Let his soul rest in perfect peace. You're going to close the curtain here. My name is Remain Adeniji. I'm here with my wonderful friend.
Ojumumaiwa.
I will be saying bye bye.